Good evening and thank you for joining us for the week's last edition of Primetime News. I'm Joy Gosses. Leading our bulletin, President Dr. Hage Geingob, in a statement issued by the presidency on Thursday, congratulated Lesotho's newly elected Prime Minister, Sam Tsekhwane Matekane. Geingob made the remarks in his capacity as the SADC organ on politics, defense and security.
Geingob, in the statement in his capacity as chairperson of the SADC organ on politics, defense and security, congratulated Matekane on his election as Prime Minister of Lesotho following the successful formation of a coalition government after peaceful General Assembly elections held on 7 October 2022. The statement added that on 10 October 2022, the SADC Electoral Observation Mission in Lesotho, established by the SADC organ Troika, described the elections as conducted in a peaceful environment, allowing for orderly voting with no major incident reported in the areas of observation. Geingob noted that the people of Lesotho have commendably expressed their sovereign will through the ballot box by electing leaders who will lead the nation to greater stability and economic heights in accordance with their processes, systems, and institutions. The new government is made up of a coalition of Revolution for Prosperity, Alliance for Change, and Movement for Economic Change.
On to genocide reparation talks. The Namibian government has made Germany agree to committing itself to revisit and renegotiate the 18 billion Namibian dollars genocide reparations, saying the entire Namibia is not in agreement with the amount. Here is more on the story compiled by Lenia Deshena.
Vice President Nangolo Mbumba said, while opening the Chiefs Forum meeting here on Thursday, that the affected communities, government, and all Namibians at large are not in agreement with the 1.1 billion euros offered by Germany as a final settlement compared to the enormous damages caused by the genocide against the affected communities. After 9 rounds of negotiations over a period of 7 years, between 2015 and 2022, Namibia and Germany had settled on a text of a joint declaration and a sum of 1.1 billion euros, which will be compensated separately to existing 8 programs over 30 years. Mbumba said after a lengthy debate in the National Assembly, issues raised in the joint declaration were referred back to the government for further negotiations, which included that the German government does not seem to understand and officially recognize the atrocities committed against the Ovairero and Nama people during 1904 and 1908. Adding equally, the amount of 1.1 billion euro offered was found insufficient, and it was suggested that it be revisited and improved upon.
Over 380 trainees of the National Youth Service at the Rietfontein Center in the Otjozondjuba region graduated with certificates on Thursday after the completion of 6 months basic civic training. Molisa Simiasa compiled the story.
The Minister of Sport, Youth and National Service, Agnes Shongarero, officiated at the pass-out parade of the 385 trainees. Shongarero, in a remark, said the training was largely aimed at instilling discipline in the trainees, as well as a good character of patriotism, while transforming their physical fitness. She said the students were jointly trained by 28 instructors of the Namibian Defence Force and the Namibian Police Force, who were hired by the National Youth Service on 3 May this year. She added that the trainees were recruited from all 121 constituencies of Namibia and they received certificates of completion. The National Youth Service offers other vocational training courses such as hairdressing, hospitality, office administration, crop and animal husbandry, cloth production, and heavy-duty driving courses. The graduation on Thursday was the 12th intake of the National Youth Service in civic training.
Popular Democratic Movement lawmaker Lucas Hamata says combining the Directorate of Youth in the Ministry of Sport, Youth and National Service, the National Youth Council and the National Youth Service into a single body will result in high-quality youth development and empowerment outcomes. Let's listen in.
Combining the Directorate of Sport of Youth, National Youth Council and the National Youth Service into one single entity will definitely deliver quality results in terms of youth development and empowerment. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, youth development and empowerment can play a central role in reducing the current high youth unemployment in Namibia, which stands at 40.44% as of 2021, but has surely increased. By having a single strategy, Youth Unity will give a well-calculated direction in addressing youth unemployment in Namibia. When combining the three entities, financial resources and expertise will also be combined to ensure optimal implementation of projects which will ultimately address the higher youth unemployment in Namibia. The status quo of these three institutions is effective, assisted application of activities and waste of financial resources. Government needs to adopt good practice more widely in prioritizing spending on the areas that matter the most, avoiding application and costly failures. Comprehensive management of public finance is critical to economic discipline and the efficient use of scarce public resources. Weaknesses in public financial management can have a wide-ranging implication for youth development in Namibia. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, the merging of the Directorate of Youth, National Youth Council, and the National Youth Services will seek to address challenges that undermine youth development in Namibia, with the goal of ensuring that young Namibians can assume their rightful place in a united, inclusive, and prosperous Namibia.
When we return, Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Derek Claassen, wants Namibians to eat more fish. In the primetime bus segment tonight, Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources Derek Claassen says in order to meet Namibia's national fish consumption target of 20.4 kilograms per person per year, Namibians must consume approximately 30,000 metric tons of fish each year, valued at about 500 million Namibian dollars.